Hi guys, Big Money here, and today I want to introduce to you, and not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Vrogros, the Abyssal Underlord. This is the new hero. He's come out with the new patch. The Dark Rift update, it's basically just a big update to show you him. There's a bit of an update to user interface for post-game, but we'll look at that another time. But yeah, I just want to show you how this guy works. Now, he's down as a support, but don't expect him to be buying wards in a game because he is a shit support. Now, he only really works well if he's up close and personal with the enemy. And if you're going to get that, you don't want somebody whose most expensive item is brown boots 25 minutes into the game. So you probably want him more a position 4. He's going to be buying the more expensive support items, but he's not going to be spending too much gold actually buying wards and courier and so on. So this guy usually, ignore the fact that it says support. Now he's down here as only a level 1 nuker. That's kind of because at the start of the game he's a terrible nuker. He's not great at all. But in the end game, his damage is insane. We'll go over that a bit more in a minute. Disabler, totally. He has got one of the best disables in the game. It's only 1 star because it requires some skill. Again, we'll go over that in a sec. Durable, he's a little bit durable. His third ability makes him quite difficult to kill with right clicks, but until he's leveled up a bit, he doesn't have that much HP. I mean, it's not horrible. His escape, arguably I would say this should be level 3. It's probably not because you can fuck your team up so badly. If you're playing him and you panic and you remove your team from a fight that we're going to win, then nobody's going to be happy with you. But this guy, basically, his ultimate lets you just carry anyone near you to a friendly unit. So that can be either you can carry a couple of teammates to gank, or you can carry your team to the fountain when you get jumped and things are going horribly. So let's take a closer look at his abilities now.
There is no hope.
So, Firestorm is now one of the most broken abilities in the game. It calls down waves of fire that damage enemy units in the target area, burning for additional damage over time. The burn damage only lasts for 2 seconds, but if they're still in the AoE, it refreshes the duration. So you will get 2 burns on someone when they leave. So that's, as it deals its damages max HP.
The enemy's bottom tower has
its
fallen.
max HP, so it's always going to do a consistent amount of damage to an enemy hero. Now, mid to late game, when everyone's got 2,000 plus to 3,000 health, this thing is going to do 400 damage or more to anyone you can lock down in its AoE. And it has a 12-second cooldown. I mean, bear in mind, these guys aren't particularly tanky, but it doesn't matter. If they had a Heart of Tarrasque, it would still do just as much of the health bar. Watch this. And we've taken off more than a quarter of each of these guys' health.
Correct.
With one spell that has a 12-second cooldown and has that huge range. I mean, this is ultimate level damage here. It's ridiculously good. It's... I mean, you can't even counter this with pipe because it has a 12-second cooldown. 12 seconds. This is the most broken spell in the game. Now, Pit of Malice. This is a beautiful one. This is a BKB piercing root. Now, bear in mind that is a root. It is not a hard disable. It says disable, but what you have to read it carefully. It says a deadly pit is conjured at the target location, and it's not a bad size. So a deadly pit is conjured at the target location, and any unit that enters is unable to move for some time and takes damage. Each enemy unit can only be affected once. So if somebody walks out the pit and back in, it won't affect them again. But it's on a 12-second cooldown, so you can just cast another one. It's just ridiculous. I mean, this pit has a 7-second duration and a 12-second cooldown. It's got insanely good uptime. Now, it only disables somebody for 2.5 seconds, but what this allows you to do is it allows you to break up a fight. For example, if you jump a Zeus, you can put the pit like this and then happily kill off the Zeus, and his teammates just can't get close enough to help. And you'll just like fuck him up. Or you can just trap a whole team in it and wait for an Enigma to black hole.
Yes.
Some shit like that. It's the fact that it's BKB piercing though that makes it so horribly broken. Now heroes can still attack through it. If I attack with the Spirit Breaker and he roots him, he carries on attacking. So just bear in mind, heroes can cast abilities, they can pretty much do anything. It just stops them moving. So that's what makes this kind of balanced, in that it doesn't stop them doing anything. If they have, it cancels blinks, but it doesn't cancel abilities that charge you forward. Not sure how that works with charge since he actually runs, but let's find out. Yep, can't do that.
Radiant victory.
Oh, okay. Pause the video. Okay, and we're back. So, there are a couple of sort of exceptions to the Pit of Malice. For example, if you have an ability that allows you to move very rapidly, there is a delay in it snaring.
This ain't no
so it is actually possible, for example, with the hook shot, to just zip straight over it, and it doesn't affect you. It also doesn't count as you being snared, and on the odd rare occasion it will still snare you, which is kind of weird because it snares you here. But I've tried this about a dozen times, and usually you can just walk away. Although bear in mind, if you do walk back over the pit, it will snare you then. So I don't know exactly the logic in. I'm guessing it's a bug that it doesn't snare, but for now it doesn't snare you if you move very rapidly over it. Okay, next ability is the Atrophy Aura. Now the first thing about this is it reduces enemy damage quite significantly. So for example, we have our Sven here, 149 damage. If I walk up to him, it's minus 62. So he's only hitting for about 75 damage. And as a tanky hero, I can just take that all day. I mean, even if I go Angry Sven mode, it's still not that hard. Not for an Angry Sven. You'd expect an Angry Sven to be one-shotting you. So,
yes.
The bit that I find really, really cool about this is the bonus damage. Now, most people look at the bonus damage from heroes. 45 per hero killed. You kill 4 heroes, you're going to be hitting like a truck. The thing is, by the time that happens, the fight's over. What I really like about this is that you can kill creeps with it. And you don't have to kill them. You can just be near them. You can be sitting near the creep wave, and you slowly stack up more and more damage. What you can do with this is you can follow a carry that's jungling. Some of the guys that flash bomb jungle, like an anti-mage, and that can clear the whole jungle in a matter of seconds. And you can come out of the jungle
If I don't.
and be anywhere. You can go join a fight with 120 bonus damage.
Despair.
You don't even have to get the kills yourself. You just have to be nearby. You can come out with 120 bonus damage. So if you're just sort of babysitting a carry while he farms and then a fight starts, you can come into that fight with 100 extra damage, which is really, really good. What makes this so horribly broken though is the duration. Now a lot of people think that it resets the duration when you get extra damage. That's not true. It looks like it does because if you watch the bar around the outside it fills up. But if you watch as it ticks down, the damage will slowly remove. Each instance of damage has its own timer, but the timer it shows you around the buff only shows the most recent instance of damage. So it's basically the timer showing you when you have no bonus damage, which is kind of pointless. But I figure they didn't want to put 20 lots of the aura across your health bar. That would just be ridiculous. So, but yeah, the duration, 60 seconds. It is actually conceivable with this. If you win a team fight, you end up with like 200 bonus damage or more, because there were creeps dying around as well. You can end up with 250 bonus damage or more. And then it's actually possible to go into the next team fight with all that bonus damage still on. So, kind of, there's a lot of people saying this skill is broken. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, 49% damage reduction, and you're going to hit like a truck if anyone dies. Who's going to argue with that? So, his last skill is kind of a weird one, and I'm not convinced that this is going to be great in pub games. I think this is going to be terrible in pub games because there's going to be people. I've already had a game where somebody was playing Underlord. I was about to get like a clutch kill on an enemy hero, like an enemy core, when we were behind, and he teleported me back to base. The thing is, it's a 3-second delay, so he has to make that decision 3 seconds before I try for that clutch kill. So it can be a little difficult. I mean, if you get smoke ganked and shit or something like that, this can save your team big time.
Your middle tower is under attack.
You can just sort of cast it. You can cast it, and then you can still move. So you can run towards your team while it's channeling,
Your middle
and then
tower
zip
is
them
under
out.
attack.
So it's a brilliant tool to save your team in that way. But just bear in mind, in a pub game, it can go horribly, horribly wrong. The other way we can use it is we can follow a carry, like an anti-mage or a PA or a juggernaut, somebody who can flash farm the jungle quite effectively. And we can sit with that carry and watch them farm, so we get our extra damage, and then as our team starts a fight, we can join that fight by TPing to one of the friendly heroes. We'll TP in with a huge amount of bonus damage, and basically put ourselves right in the middle of a fight. If we put Ben right in the middle, for example, he'll kick ass. Okay, so that's basically it. Position 4, don't buy too many wards, but buy the odd one. And try and make sure you stay near creeps, guys. So I'll do a more thorough guide with him coming soon. Keep your eye out for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.